Hello, Keith Rucker here at VintageMachinery.org. Guys, today I'm down with my buddy Lance in Florida, sunny Florida. And Lance actually talked to me a couple of weeks ago and wanted to know if I'd help him out, trying to find a home for some new machines. So you got a bunch of stuff that's looking for a new home, huh?
I do, you know, and we decided to go a different way with the shop. Sorry, my phone's ringing. We decided I was going to build a second shop out here, and I decided against that. Not that I don't love rebuilding old machines, but I got a lot of other stuff that needs to get done. So I am ready to offload some of the older equipment. I've got a CNC bed mill in there, and I'm looking at some other equipment that's a little more modern. So any of you guys that like the older stuff, I got some deals for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into it, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out, and we'll do it again at the end.
Yeah.
If somebody sees something they're interested in, how do they get a hold of you?
So the easiest thing to do, and hopefully Keith can put this up on the video, is go to 26 acre maker at gmail.com.
I'll put a link down in the video description.
And go there, because if any of you have my other personal email addresses, please don't send it there, because it'll create such a delay. I'll respond to you right away if you'll just use the 26 acre maker email, because I can keep all the equipment stuff in there. Okay, so good deal. Thanks, guys.
All right, so let's go around and take a tour of what you're looking to get rid of. And if you're interested, don't contact me.
No, do not bother Keith, because he's got too much to do. But seriously, guys, a lot of this stuff I acquired either in bulk, and so I'm going to be super reasonable. So if you want to own something, and I don't, you know, somebody that wants to just buy something to scrap it, I can do that, and I'd rather not. But if you're interested in a piece of equipment, not only will I sell it to you, but I'll help you with it as well, because I will know something about it, and I'll know, you know, what you can do with it and how you can bring it up to whatever standard you want for that particular piece of equipment. So.
Next question I know people are going to ask is, where's this stuff at, and what about getting it loaded out?
So it's at my farm, and if we make a deal and we both are in agreement, I will load it for you, no charge. I have an 8,000-pound forklift here that will load anything that I'm going to sell, and I'll help you even to the best of my ability. I will not be responsible for your rigging, but I will definitely give you my opinion and help you rig it out as well. And location? I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you whenever we strike a deal. It's Gainesville, Florida area. Yeah, so it's actually the High Springs, Newberry area of Florida, west of Gainesville. So you know, for your planning and travel. Okay, so good. Yeah, and I'll also coordinate if you have somebody that you want to haul it. We also have guys that haul for us routinely, and so Fred or Jason or somebody, we can also potentially help you out with that and get you in touch with those folks, and I can make it super easy because I've worked with them for years. So it's Keith. Absolutely, and they're both great. So let's go look at some machines. Okay. So anybody that's watched any of Keith, well, I don't know if Keith's shown this. Adam has shown it on his. Yeah, Adam's had it. I don't think I've shown it. But that's a 16-inch tool room G&E. It's a universal. It's universal. It comes. Got the tilting table. Yep. Yeah. So it's got the original vise handle. I mean, it's all original. It's, if you've watched, I guess Adam did a number of videos with it. Adam did some videos here and showing this machine in action. That's right. And this was the one that I hand scraped for oil retention, and it's good to go. It's plug and play. And I'll tell you guys, the only ghost in the closet with this is the motor is vibrating, and we know that it's because it's got a little end play and it probably just needs bearings. But it can function just like this. Adam and I used it. I've used it a dozen, 20, 30, 50 times, and it's performed great every time. In fact, I did a couple of your straight edges on that machine. Okay, good deal. Now that's a Sheldon 12-inch, and that is on single phase 220, what I call double phase 220. Super easy. It runs. This does not run hydraulically. That's a mechanical one. I believe this was the exact model that Adam had in his shop originally. It's got a little bit of surface rust on the table, and that's only because before I moved it out here, the inside shop drew moisture, and it does every year when we have the change of seasons. But it's in perfect working condition. It works great. This doesn't really have any tooling to go with it, so but that's not hard to come by.
Not hard to come by.
For a shaper that size.
And
that's a great home shop. Somebody could put that in their garage.
Yeah, and it's single phase, guys, just 220 volts, you know.
220 volts.
No big deal. So that'd be a good one.
So this is a newer version, and I know this looks really rough, and it is a project. It will be sold very, very cheap. It has chrome ways. It is not froze up. But this is the Norton G&E, which is exactly the same shaper as the first one that Keith showed you down there, 16 inch. It is I'm gonna call it a project, even though the motor runs, we know it works just fine. It does have a seal leak in the housing here, behind the main drive shaft. But it comes with the original vise. It does not have the vise handle.
That's not a big deal.
But that's not, you know, most people can't find them anyway. And but it's all parts correct. All the parts are with it. And so, but this one is a project, and this one, you know,
does it mechanically work? Yes. Cosmetically, it's a project, but mechanically, it's okay.
Mechanically, other than a seal, as far as I know, and again, we haven't been able to. When I fired it up, the clutch worked, the motor worked. It just was leaking the hydraulic fluid out of there. Yeah. So.
And this is probably a 60s, maybe even early 70s vintage machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say late 60s, but I don't know for sure because I didn't look for the serial number on that one. But that came out of a barn, and it pretty much looks exactly like it did when I pulled it out of the barn. It was in an old barn in the Panhandle.
Good deal.
So this little giant, I believe it's a 50, and that's for sale. So any of you blacksmiths out there that are interested, I know that it runs and it's mechanically just fine, but obviously it's going to need a good cleanup. And so I'm told by the guys that know stuff, this is the one piece. I think it's called a sow block. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this is the one piece. It doesn't have the removable sow block, because I know that I guess maybe newer versions of that had it, but
yeah, but it looks like the sow block would not be a pain, or the anvil wouldn't be a pain to get out of there.
Oh, no.
A lot of these things are stuck.
No,
really
that one,
shape.
Whoever put that in, put a nice big wedge in it, so that'll come out. And this grease, you know, this machine is covered in a nice coating of grease, and so I don't think there'll be any issues with it. To my knowledge, nothing's broken on this, and it runs just fine. But I saw it fired up in a video, but I haven't fired it up myself. So, but anyway, it's the motor is free and everything's free on it. So it's not, it's ready to go.
Good deal.
So this is an interesting arbor press. The truth about this is I bought it for somebody else. They said they wanted it, and then they decided they didn't. So it's a Greenard, I guess is how you say it.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the number on this one, but it's got the twin beam setup. Right now, yeah, I don't remember the number. It's probably on the other side too.
Maybe not. Yeah. Oh, here it is right here, number 15.
Number 15, okay. So somebody was pounding on this, and currently I don't know if it's because, I mean, this handle moves, but I haven't tried to free it up. It came delivered like this. Yeah. And so,
you know, I unfortunately see this a lot on arbor presses where people want to give it a little extra.
They want to turn a 10-ton into a 20-ton with a sledgehammer. Yeah.
And with that being a 15, this is probably a 15-ton would be my guess.
Yeah,
so you guys got some work, but that's I mean, even if you had to make that a new piece there, I mean, this is just a rack.
Oh my gosh,
it'd be easy to do on a horizontal mill with a cutter. And look there, you got several gear ratios in here to get different leverages. So,
but it's just a matter of somebody pulling the gear assembly apart, and then I am 99.9% certain this isn't froze in there at all. But even if it was, you get it out.
Oh yeah, you get it out. It's definitely a project. That's a nice press. Look down here, you got the wheels where you can.
Yep.
roll it around.
And this hand piece here, it's right now it's screwed in. I believe it's made to go there, so then you can pick it up and roll it around. It's a really cool arbor press. I just happen to have a really nice one that does everything I need inside, and I don't need it, so it needs to find
that one's cool. I mean, I'm almost tempted myself, but I'm like you. I got one that works, and
well, you and I have the
same one. Yeah,
so,
we have the same one.
It's all the floor space I can donate for a arbor press.
That's a nice one though.
But you can show a 30-second clip of that, but that's sold.
Yeah, so we got a
Thompson
this
618.
This is exactly like my Thompson, same model anyway, but this one's sold, guys. Sorry.
I mean, if anybody's interested, I'm pretty sure it's going to go. But if you're interested, feel free to put your name in the hat. But I have a feeling, and I've been told to hold it for I think 30 days or so, or I can't remember how long. I won't say his name, but yeah. But he wants it, and it's this grinder does work. I ran it in the shop that I bought out, and it's a nice little grinder. I just happen to have a surplus of surface grinders, so
yeah, I think that's accurate.
I'm not short on surface grinders. So.
All right, let's walk.
All right, so this is, I have two of these actually, and again, this was a bulk sale a bulk purchase for me. This is a Monarch 16CW. I have its cousin that has the relieving attachment on it, and it's a 16CY. That's what it is. I just remembered. I have the 16CY to this as well. This machine was running in my shop. In fact, I actually did one small project on it, and I just ran out of floor space. Actually, this machine could be put in somebody's shop, and you could start using it immediately.
Yeah, it looks like it's got modern electronics on it.
It does, and the cover for that box is in the shop. But
got a steady rest.
And yeah, there's one for
each one of them.
For each machine. I have the 16CY key is in storage, and I can arrange for that. The 16CY is actually in Panama Beach area, Destin, Florida. Yeah. For you guys. Now this machine actually was cleaned.
Paper attachment.
Yeah, I cleaned this machine up before I brought it in, and then the 16CY has not been cleaned up. It runs. I think from a cool factor, the 16CY would be cooler to have because of the relieving attachment on it. Yeah. But from a put it in your shop and use it immediately, this is the one. The other one's going to require some cleanup and then maybe even a little bit of adjustment and headstock work. It runs, but you know, they're old machines. Right. So, but again, this stuff I am going to sell at yard sale prices. This is not. This needs to just find a home. So, and let me show this. This, if somebody will take it, I will basically, sell in the vicinity of scrap metal price. This is a really nice.
Little cylindrical grinder.
Yep. This is a Brown and Sharp cylindrical grinder, and
I saw things flying, but they're not bees.
No,
I went backing up.
I have to watch out for the fire ants because I'm really allergic to them. So it's a great place for me to live in Florida. But this cylindrical grinder, it has wear on the tailstock, but the guy that I got this from, he closed his machine shop down. He had shims under the tailstock of this. And right after I bought it, I turned a couple of parts on it, and it's amazing, like sub-tenths, if you know what you're doing. Good. So if somebody wants this, I'll sell it probably right around at or just above scrap metal price, because I don't want it to be scrapped if somebody will use it.
This is a Brown and Sharp.
Yes. This is a old Gorton
drill grinder,
D-bit grinder. Yeah. I have the full set of collets that go with it. If you could sneak in there and see, that's for sale. That's a make an offer. Again, that came out of a barn, And I also have, you can't see it, Keith, but if somebody wants it, there's a D-bit grinder. It's a Chinese takey-outy D-bit grinder, but it's an older one. It's actually, they're made pretty well. You can go up online right now. I think you buy them for what, $800 or
something like that.
600 some bucks. I don't know what they are. You can look them up because eBay's full of them. But that's probably 80s or 90s vintage of that same grinder, and actually they're cast a lot better. I think it's a better quality. That's for sale. This
tool grinder,
little tool and cutter grinder.
Okay.
Yep, it's got a ton of attachments with it. It runs, works. It's all good to go.
Okay.
So that's for sale. So I don't think Keith wants to show this on his on his channel.
I am like seriously trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to put this in my shop?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
So K&T, the 4H and number 4, and it's not a universal.
It's the plain model.
Just a plain horizontal mill.
Here's the serial number.
Yep. It is in, I would say, good to very good condition. I ran it. It runs. It works. It's got the smallest amount of galling on the surface here of the top of the knee, but it's in really good condition.
Overall, it's in excellent condition. I mean, a lot of times you can look at these screws and they'll just be like razor blades.
Yep. No.
And this one's not that way at all.
I can't say, I don't want to sound like a salesman, and I can't say for certain exactly that I am the second owner, but let me say this, that the gentleman that owned this was quite aged and passed, and then his machine shop was bought by someone else who had it for quite a few years, and it had very little to no use in the last 10 years, and then I acquired a big chunk of the shop, and it came with that. So it looks like this was repaired, Keith. Look, if you can see it on that side, it looks like they may have brazed that, but I don't know how that was originally cast or built.
Yeah, the handle, but that ain't no big deal. I mean, that's just someone may have hit it with a forklift or something like that at some point in time.
Some long time ago, and whoever repaired it did a really
really
nice
good job. Yeah.
So,
but that's not anything that's going to affect the.
And I have it covered right now. You're seeing a couple spots of surface rust, but I have it covered right now with one of CRC's wax coatings.
Yeah.
And so some of these handles that I have touched have, they're starting to get a little surface rust. But
they'll clean up great.
Yeah. No, but it's in really good condition, and I have, the high-speed head, is that what you called it?
Yeah, you have the universal high-speed head. Same head that's on my K&T, but of course it's a size larger to fit on this 4H.
Right.
This is one size larger than my 3H, and it's got a lot of square footage on that table. That's really nice.
That's a big table. And then I have 2 overarm supports.
Yep. You got the A and B style support.
Yep.
And you got some other arbors and
and cutters and stuff that will go with it.
You got the drive gear for the for the universal head,
the
which
magic gear that you're looking for.
Well, no, I've got one now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it's the magic gear that I was looking for. Actually, it probably wouldn't have fit mine, but it was what I was looking for. But yeah, that's actually, I mean, I can just tell looking at it. This is a, most of these big horizontal mills like this, they spent a hard life doing production jobs, and while I'm sure this one probably did some production jobs, it spent most of its life sitting in a shop. Yeah, which is good.
Well, yeah,
that's what you want.
If you look at anything, the splines, any of
it's a low mileage.
Yeah.
I
know we sound like used car salesman, but really,
it is. So.
It was the one thing I told you that I paid for in that shop, really, because I knew it was in good condition.
Yeah.
So
it's nice.
Yeah. So.
If I don't decide to buy it from you first.
Right. Keith does have first dibs, but if there's anybody who is really interested in it, just give me a holler. And
I'm probably not, guys. I'm so tempted, but I would love to have this machine, but I can't justify it.
That's an old, I think it's a 48-inch planer. It'll be belt drive, or you're gonna have to, yeah, Ezra, is it? But you're gonna, it's got all the parts there. I have original photos, not only of the machine before it was disassembled, but also I think I have some marketing, materials or photos from an article that was written about this particular planer.
Wow.
But it's complete. It would obviously need you to figure out a motor situation if you don't have a line shaft set up. And there are some pulleys there that you can see that someone was going to convert it to a
V-belt.
Yeah, just a standard V-belt and a motor.
That's an old machine.
That's very old.
I mean, that's probably mid to late 1800s, probably shortly after Civil War era. I'm just guessing by looking at the design of it.
I thought, 1880s probably.
I'm going to guess 1860s to 1880s.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, somewhere in that ballpark. Yeah. I don't think it's 1890s, so I think it's going to predate that.
So it has some surface rust on it, but there's absolutely no pitting on this machine at all. And you can see the surface rust, and actually the V-ways are...
They're not bad.
Like if somebody just oiled this thing up and then reassembled it...
You could run it.
You could run it. And I don't have the head for this, but this is one of the...
Yeah, it was a little insertable. Well, I've got some holders that hold. Yeah. I got not that style, but that same type deal.
I have a set like this up there, one larger.
Yeah.
It's not just small.
Right.
But, anyway, so it is complete. All the shafts are there. All the pulleys are there. And so that's a make me an offer. Somebody who wants to do a cool restoration project.
Yeah.
You won't see... I don't think I've ever seen another one like that one.
I don't think I have either.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Hammer down in there. There's a whole slew of open-end old Williams wrenches. And other, brands of wrenches. And then...
some planer jacks.
Planer jacks are in there, yeah. Cool. I have 3 of these. They're all running. Every single one of them is running. I brought this one home from the storage unit, and so again, that was we were able to buy a bunch of them at an auction.
Right.
So pretty much any reasonable offer I'll accept for those. I've got, like I said, I've got 3 of them.
Right.
And then over here, Keith, is some blacksmithing stuff. Bunch of knee vices.
Yeah, post
vices, yeah. Swage blocks under there. It's a Gorton rotary table. That may or may not go, that anvil. That I bought from Adam, and I paid him too much money for it, so that may or may not go, but if somebody wants it and gives me a reasonable offer, I'll sell it. And then I have a bunch of shaper / planer vices on this pallet here.
Yeah.
That's a Wright anvil right over there.
Peter Wright. Looks like maybe 200 pounds, maybe 250.
I can't remember.
Probably 200.
No, I don't think that was 200. Maybe 125.
Maybe,
yeah, somewhere
in that ballpark.
We can weigh it. And then Barker. What is this one? It runs, works just fine.
That's cool.
Again, I don't know, what the age is. And then I have a couple of other anvils here, and
here's that Peter Wright.
Yeah, I think that's the right anvil. There's a couple in here. There's 2 more anvils right here. Yeah. As well. So if Andrew sees it, he'll know just by looking at it what it is. But I have 3 cone anvils left that haven't sold yet. I don't remember. I think this one's like 50 inches or something, 54 inches. I think that one's 4 feet. This one's already spoken for, so I actually won't sell that one. This larger one does have a crack at the very bottom of it. And then I believe that one's like 24 inches.
That looks like about 24.
Yeah, so anyway, that's all make me an offer stuff. So this is a KO Lee, essentially a tool and cutter grinder, but it is the one that has does the radius cutting.
Oh, okay?
Yeah. And so, again, works perfectly fine. I actually made the alignment tool. For any of you guys that have used it, there's an alignment tool so you can actually center up your grinding wheel whenever you want to set a 0 for a job. And this is actually exactly like what the factory made. But yeah, this needs to go. I've probably used it 3 times in 2 years, and you know, anything I need to do on here, I'll either send out or I'll do it on another machine. So
okay.
Yeah. All right, so last items. This is a big Sibley. I don't know the size of this, but it runs and works if you buy it. But this is not original, as Keith will know. Somebody put this on there as an idler.
It's just an idler, yeah.
Yeah, but the reason they did that is because they didn't have the pulley turned, and so it was trying to walk off that pulley. And so I've run the whole thing. It runs. It's all free and works as advertised. There's a oh gosh, my brain's not working. But there's a automatic kickoff here. So when you set this on automatic to down feed to drill down, there's a kick out lever that I actually was missing, and I had one cut by CNC.
Okay.
And so that'll go with it. The only thing that someone will have to do is drill the hole through it to mount it. It's not a big deal. But it's good to go. And then this is a vertical head for a number 3 Cincinnati horizontal mill.
That's a big one.
And that was bought. That came with my number 2. I got 2 heads. One was for a 3 and one was for my 2, and obviously I'm keeping the number 2 for myself.
Someone's got one. Yeah, that's a nice,
if you have a
nice
Cincinnati number 3 and you need to,
it's a heavy duty head.
I will make you. Oh my gosh, yes, I will make you a deal of the century on that. I want it to be used again. I don't want any of this stuff to get scrapped if we can avoid it.
Okay.
So
that's it.
That's it. That's enough. Yeah. So again, you know, I mean, if anybody is serious about one of these pieces of equipment, get with me. I'm going to make you a great deal. I mean, obviously, be kind and understanding. Don't be sending me an offer for a shaper for $10 or something silly like that, guys. But I don't want to scrap them. I'd like them to each find a home where somebody will do something with them.
Sure.
You know. And so if you have any questions, 26acremaker@gmail.com, and that's 26acremaker@gmail.com. And any of you guys that have seen my website for the precision ground bench stones, I did reopen that website. It's been down for a couple months because I've just been too busy working on some other non-machining related business stuff. That website's back up again, so if you want to look at that, you can. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you. I appreciate it, Keith. I really do. You took your time to do this for me.
Yeah. Well, I was in the area coming home, and he'd asked if we could do this. I said, well, I'll just swing by and we'll just video it rather than trying to do pictures. So I'm glad I did.
So much better.
Got a lot of good stuff here, guys. And yeah, if you're interested, get up with Lance.
Yep. I hope you guys enjoyed the video either way.
All right, guys.
Take care.
That'll be it. As always, we'll talk to you later. Thanks.
See ya.